Okay, this is Unit 4, Lesson 15. There's not much to this lesson, but we're going to do it anyway. Let's see what we've learned about multiplying complex numbers. Again, our complex number system is the real numbers plus our imaginary numbers. Here's the breakdown of a complex number. This is what I is equal to. I squared is -1, because when you square a square root, whatever's under the square root comes out. Here are factors of I, or powers of I. What I like to do is sorry about that, everybody. I like to draw this chart. Since I to the 0, anything to the 0 power is 1, and 1 is a real number, I to the first power is the square root of -1. I squared equals -1. And then I cubed is down at the bottom because that equals -I. And then coming back around, we get I to the, why did I write 4? I meant to write I to the 4th power. And then we could write I to the 5th up here, and I to the 6th, and I to the 7th, and I to the 8th. But they all give us the same thing. Okay, we saw this. Here's a distribution, a multiplication of our complex numbers. We saw this in the previous 2 lessons. Okay, what's missing? Here are some complex numbers with an unknown difference. If C is a real number, what real numbers could go into the blanks? If C is a real number, 10 minus, 3. And then C is a real number, which means you have an imaginary number. 4 minus what number? 4 minus 4 is 0. So that would leave us with 7 plus 0i. Because you distribute the negative and you get 10 minus 3 plus 4i minus 4i. And this is why you have 7 plus 0i. Okay, so now if C is an imaginary number, I'm going to pretend that this is an imaginary number because a complex number has a real and a non-real part. So if C is purely imaginary, which means no non-real part, no real part, let us do 10 plus 4i plus -10 plus 2i. Okay, 10 minus 10, the reals go together, and then 4i plus 2i, leaving us with 6i only, 0 plus 6i. That's an imaginary number. A complex number has a real part and an imaginary part, and a pure imaginary number is just a number multiplied to I. So a lot of the rest of this lesson was just a lot of group activity stuff, and that can only be done in class. I can't really do it here. So this is all to this lesson.